Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening if you're joining later, if you're watching the recording later. So I still have Max today, and he's more hyper than usual today. So let's see how it goes. Always beginning by focusing on the breath. Make sure that you're aware of every breath while I'm talking also. Yesterday we were talking about anger. Yes? You want to come up? Come up. Ah, good boy. You want to come here? Want cuddles? Are you okay like this? Okay. So we were talking a bit about anger yesterday, and I spoke about two types of anger, the quick or fast anger and slow anger. There's also maybe a third type, maybe I would call it non-anger anger, which is where we have to show on the surface some kind of firmness and passion, maybe, but inside we're not really angry. And we have to do this in case of children, loved ones, work situations sometimes because you need to be firm, but it's okay to be firm, but not hold anything in your heart. And as I was saying the last time, I probably had this burst of anger, was about 2 years ago. And I have huge sense of injustice. I don't know if it serves me or not, but if I feel that animals or people, young people, older people who are vulnerable are not being taken care of well, it does something to me inside. And in this particular case, I think I'd been trying for a long time gently um, for the people, the carers of a particular person to help him. And the message wasn't getting through. And I think that frustrated me. And it happened over a period of time, a long time. It was actually years I'd been trying gently, gently. And when I saw the situation up close and I realized what was happening, I finally and I think I was kidding myself, saying, "Oh, I'm not really angry inside. This is a show of being firm and my one last attempt to see if something will change and that person will get the right help." Um, I was definitely kidding myself because there was definitely anger in me, but I was able to see from a place of mindfulness that I'm not getting personal, I'm not saying hurtful things. It was more about, please help this person. um, Whereas somebody, me before, may have said horrible things, maybe when I was much younger, or said hurtful things, or got personal, especially in relationships. Maybe that's how I would have been. But I was glad that while this was happening, I was actually aware of sensations in my body. I was aware of what my hands and feet were doing, my heart was doing, and I was aware that I was extremely angry. The anger settled quite quickly, and there wasn't any sense of, oh, I'll show you who I am. There was no slow anger, but I do remember how it felt at the time. So if we are giving a show of anger for good intentions, it's always the intention that's the most important. It's also important not to kid ourselves as well. Am I really angry? Or do I have to be firm in a situation like that? So that's how I know that I have come leaps and bounds, but there was definitely still anger there. And one of the Okay. And one of the things that Swamiji taught me was about oranges. So you can imagine a lovely, juicy looking, very, very vibrant orange. And on the outside, it looks like it may be beautiful and sweet, but it's only until it's squeezed that you know what it's really like on the inside, whether the juice will be sweet or whether it will be rotten and stinking. So when everything is fine and dandy and going our way, we can walk around thinking, oh, but we are so sweet. My juice is sweet. My juice is sweet. But it isn't until we're squeezed that we really know. So be grateful, perhaps, for the moments when we are squeezed and the juice comes out, and keep looking at yourself with honesty. Is my juice sweet, or is it rotten, or is it getting better? Is it a bit sour? How is it going? How is it going? How is it going? And be grateful for those moments of squeezing. And so if we take some time now for some concentration of the breath, with the back nice and straight, closing your eyes if you want to, and being aware of the breath moving in the body first, whether it's the chest, the ribs, the abdomen. That may be Max's family here, maybe, if you can hear him barking. Max, come here. I think he knows they might be coming home soon. It's a good thing. So even with the distraction, if we just keep being aware of the breath in the body, the breath in the nose, the feeling of the air moving in and out of the nose. Being aware of the temperature of the air in the nose, that it's different as it goes in to when it comes out. Being aware of which nostril is more active. Allowing the face to relax into a gentle smile and the tongue at the roof of the mouth. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And with each exhalation, feeling the shoulders relax and drop a little bit. Feeling the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet completely relaxed. Being aware of every breath. And if any pictures or any images appear on that inner eye, just ignoring them, coming back to the breath. And being very, very aware of sounds around you. Not getting caught up in them, not wondering what they are, just aware, aware, aware. Sounds in the distance. Sounds nearby. And sounds inside the ears. Listening intently. The sound of life. And for a couple of minutes now, I'll keep some silence, and once in a while stay in this state and keep being aware of every breath. And once in a while ask yourself, what am I thinking? I'll give it a couple of minutes being aware of every single breath. If you feel like counting the breaths 1 to 10 to help you focus, you can. If you don't need to, be aware of every breath and just ask yourself once in a while, what am I thinking? the mind wanders off, just come back to the breath. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And homework. So we've been focusing on sound, and it's easy to focus on the big sounds around you, especially when we have busy lives and lots of things going on. So your homework is to focus on smaller sounds when you are alone. So most of us don't live like me, mostly in solitude and mostly by myself. Most of you live with people or around lots of things going on. But what I'd like you to do, if you are alone or live alone, it will be easier. If not, you'll have to like find some moments where you are by yourself. This can be when you're on the washroom, and this can be when you're getting dressed, if you get dressed by yourself. Some of you may not. So what I'd like you to do, it's going to sound really strange. I mean, sometimes the toilet is the only place where some people are really alone and get some quiet time. I'd like you to be aware. Do you remember I talked about ASMR, where they are focusing on all the sounds, like the tiniest little sounds? So when you're in the washroom, even the sounds of, or getting dressed, the sound of the fabric touching your skin or like ruffling against each other, like it's a very small sound. Sounds of maybe the toilet paper, the roll, the toilet paper as you're ripping it. Sounds of putting your socks on or putting your sweater on or something. Even brushing your hair, there's a sound there as well. These are all sounds that are present that we're not perhaps aware of because they're just there all the time. So anytime you find yourself alone and can really focus on these kinds of sounds without other things going on to distract you, see if you can be hyper aware of them. It might be a bit strange, especially because there'll be all kinds of sounds in the washroom, but why not use that? These are sounds of nature, they're there. Use those to help you with your mindfulness. Why not? So I hope it all goes well for you. I hope we can work on our anger responses, quick anger, slow anger, not really anger. And remember, it's all about intention, keeping a clean, pure intention. Not everybody will understand that you have good intentions or clean intentions, but it's okay as long as you do. That's how the world is, unfortunately. So I wish you all a lovely day, whatever you're doing today. And don't forget, as you leave this session, be aware of sounds, aware of your breath, aware of your movement, and keep that awareness with you throughout the day. And lots of love to you all. And I will see you hopefully from my home tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Have a good day. Bye.